Okay, guys, I've just been triggered into oil. I've been tracking this morning for the guys in the Discord and did a markup for them. And it's just gone in. I'm going to adjust some of the position sizes and targets. So let's get into this now. So what we're looking for is approximately 17 pips, which I'm happy with. Now, these are relatively dangerous markets. In other words, they move pretty quick. And I only really want to stage it to this point. So I don't want it to break this black line. Now, where's the trade come from? Why am I doing it? Etc, etc. Well, first of all, let me just switch on our little Discord. I try and keep ahead of the game with these. Now, we had a good chat this morning. If they want to see the replay, it's in here. So we had a bit of a Q&A session this morning. As you can see, we go face to face, get the charts out, etc. And I do that pretty much every day. Okay. Now, from here, up in this section, I put in exactly what it is that I'm up to. Now, this was done sort of 10 past 10, and we've just gone to market now. But it was telling me it was a buy. It was saying it was kind of risky, so about 17 pips. So it's not too bad. And I'll pull this up a bit later. But I also, in the Bulls and Bears, showed them the trade being built. Okay. Now, kind of flicking onto there, you see the chart starts getting built up. And I kind of explain where the levels are and how it's constructed. So that gives us this framework. And then on top of that framework, there is this little bad boy here. Now, what this does for me. Now, the first thing I do on a morning is I look at the ATRs. So I keep the ATRs here. So oil is on one of my watch lists. This is my primary list of products that I look at. For all I can trade anything, I genuinely can. I find these products here are what do the best. Now, inside of this, I'm also doing a tracking where I'm keeping an eye on what's going on. Now, on the test of a weighted program that I'm doing, I'm trying to figure out where the times are best. Now, at the moment, this is expanded and this is going to run for about 30 days. At the moment, out of 21 trade ideas, every single one of them is won. All of them. So we've got a clear winning streak of 7 days, 21 trade ideas. All of them came in. Now, the positions that were taken is 89.7%. So that's holding. And then the monetary value, I'll do another video just on this sheet because it helps me back test, forward test. You go through your back testing and then you're happy with what you're looking at. Then you come into this and you forward test it for 30 days to see if the criteria works. Well, this is a weighted golden eye. And the idea is to try and make it a little bit mechanical. All right. Well, at the minute, it's doing quite well. Now, from here on this, it also works out this section here. So you plug in some numbers. The quite simple way, the binary numbers is a buying, is it selling, and it works out strength. And what you come up with is this. And it gives you a snapshot of what the big picture is, what the middle picture is, what the low time frame is, what direction you should be going for the next hour to 2 hours. And then it spits out a target as well based on that. So that's what all that is. And I do all this for them just to keep them going. And then I always feel a little bit that, well, if I've opened my gob, I should back it up. And that's what this trade's all about. Now, from here, I'll scale into it. Now, I trade relatively small in relation to the size of the account. So therefore, if it does run away, it doesn't damage me too much. And, well, that's it, basically. It just doesn't damage me too much. Because we don't want to be a little shit, do we? We don't want a shit trade. That's like the shit, all right? You don't want one of them. You want a good trade. So that's what this is. But if we step this out, let's have a little look at it. So as a big picture, what we can see is you had a colossal drop here. It pulled back on itself and then fell off the cliff again. What does this picture tell me? Well, if I was looking at pivots and fibs and things like that, which is what we were talking about this morning, and I dropped that down into there, okay? What you can see is there's your pivot, which is the 50%. It worked its way back, has failed that, and the rules of a fib is it'll go back to where it came from. Well, it has. And now it's pushing back up. So its next pivot point would be that fib there, this one. All right. So what it'll do is it'll look to come up to there and then roll over and then carry on back down here. That's the general gist of how it's working, but that can take days. We are looking in the next hour. So if I drop it to the hourly, well, I can see it. There's a lot of pressure pushing up. There's free air at this area in time. So its turning point is in and around this area. Now you can catch bits of retracement running up because markets do that. They come up, they push, they come down, they push, and then drop it into 15 minutes. And what can you see? Well, that's just the cycle of the market. You know, one move, down, pushes up again, down, pushes up again, down. So I'm going to capture this downward motion and you'll see some orders come in here, no more than this black line to get out up there, and collectively you'll still end up with a good ROI. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to give Wink a shout, grab hold of some coffee and get this job done. Okay, guys, I'm gonna kill this trade off as soon as it goes net positive. Now, I'll just watch it on my other screen and just pop the side open just so you can see it. It's coming into net positive now. Kill. Bollocks. All right, lost a fiver. I'm going to explain why I've done that. This may well pop up, but we've now come into the New York session. The dynamics of this market have changed dramatically. I have done quite well already this morning, but if I look at this, it changed completely into a risky scalp. The dominance is all over the place, so it could go either way. And it was just one of those decisions where if I'm wrong, this will clatter me senseless in about 20 minutes. And I just don't want to be part of it. So the answer is just get rid of it. Just kill it off. Now, has it been a good trade? No, it's been a terrible trade. So what we've essentially done, if I flick this over, I sacrificed that top position of 50 quid because I've already banked money. Okay, so collectively the trade idea is still correct because that 50's paid that off, and then these two give me the profit that I need anyway. So for all it looked bad at that point, it actually wasn't. It was quite a calculated move, and the fact that I'm protecting the profit I've already done this morning. And funny enough, I was talking to the guys about that this morning in the live call, and I was saying I should have held that, but I hadn't. I killed it. Anyway, so that's that. Now I've also been looking at this. It's not quite ready yet, but I'll do something for the guys on this over the course of the next hour because it is about ready, and I'll be changing over into the DAX. So this one was for Kojak. It's been a long time because I started doing this about 10 o'clock, and I've been in that trade for about 4 hours, just grinding and sort of working, and it's been a horrible, hard day. Let me flick that back. I just want to answer something actually. Luke asked what I was looking for when we were looking at breaks and one thing and another. Well, if I drop it back to a 15-minute chart, the trigger to get this to move was actually this candle here. And what it was a break of structure on a 15-minute, and the order was put just above the candle. It got tucked in. It started on its journey quite well and then just fell off the cliff. And actually, I should have held this one as well, but there you go. You can't win them all, but you can manage them all. And I think the moral of the story with this one is, yes, it was shit. Yeah, that's little shit. Sneaky poo here, scruffy shit, right? But what if I hadn't have pulled it and it decided to tank? Well, then I'm screwed. And I'd sat in it a long time. It hadn't gone to target. I like to give them about 2 hours breathing room. Once 2 hours has passed, I'm pretty much looking to get out. And why? Let's call it self-preservation, call it mental strength, whatever you like. It's just my way of, this isn't working. Let's just get out, reset, and go back to market at another time. And a lot of this is what trading is all about. You pick a direction, you've cracked it between 2 points, and then you see if it gets there. And if it doesn't, just bail. And if it costs you a couple of quid, it costs you a couple of quid. There, it cost me £52 on that one. But that was 52 on one position. I break my positions up. The others paid that off. Job's done. Job's done. So keeps you running all the time, keeps you profitable. And that's what this game is all about. It's all about keeping hold of your profit. If you want to be Billy Big Bollocks and just hang on indefinitely, fine. Be Billy Big Bollocks. but you lose your money. You know, you get your money in, you get your money out. And today, oil is a fast market. It's a really quick market, but it was grinding and it was awful today. So when you're watching all these sort of people that are jumping on minute charts, bang, 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 are they trading or are they just giving you a show? Something to think about. Because the other element is, are they putting any money in the bank? Who knows? I hope they are. I genuinely hope they are. But that's me. I'm done. I'm going to take a break because I'm off to Turkey tomorrow for a week. Then I'm taking Joanne to a spa for a couple of days when we get back. So if you find Scruffy Adventures, the sister channel, you might see me kicking around on there where I'll be doing Trade Anywhere. Anyway, see you all in the next one.